Right, hello, I'm Ian.
And I'm Sam.
And we welcome you to the latest episode of Such a Ranker, the show where we take 5, not 7, completely random films and try to rank them from worst to best. What could possibly go wrong? Sam, what are the films on our list for this episode?
We
Just to try and...
Well, the first film on our list is an all-time classic.
Absolutely.
And it's the only film, other than Collateral, that works with a taxi driver. The film is called Taxi Driver.
Yes.
4K.
1976. Yeah, we put the 4K one, because I think that was the one when I was putting the list together. That was the version of the film that I saw in the cinema a couple of years ago.
Oh.
So I think that's why I had it on there. I don't know why 4K on there, but I think because I saw an anniversary edition of it.
Oh, okay.
It was phenomenal.
Did it look good in 4K?
It was amazing to see it in the cinema, let alone
Did
in
Robert
4K.
De Niro look fantastic?
He is a good-looking 24-year-old in that film, isn't he?
He's 24.
Well, the character's 24.
Travis Bickle is 24 in
24.
Taxi Driver.
Yeah.
That is interesting.
Well, you don't know. He's, he's an unreliable narrator. He could be 72 for all we know.
Oh, that's true. Because De Niro would have actually been 32.
Because what was it? It was just after Godfather Part 2.
Was. It's his first lead film with Martin Scorsese.
Yeah. He done Mean Streets before that?
He did.
Yeah.
He's kind of supporting to Harvey Keitel in that film, though.
Okay. And then they kind of swapped round for Taxi Driver.
He did. Well, Harvey Keitel was in... No, he wasn't. He wasn't in a lot of trouble by this point in his career. That's Apocalypse Now.
Oh, okay.
That's a whole... If we ever do Harvey Keitel, which I don't think we will, on one credit after another, he's had a very fascinating career with falling outs.
Okay.
Speaking of falling outs...
Babylon 2022.
Yeah.
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 I don't know
there were
the transition.
There were a lot of falling outs before and after this film involving Damien Chazelle's career.
Oh, yeah, I know, right?
Which I'm sure we'll get into.
Yeah, Babylon, fascinating movie.
Very fascinating.
I think it's more fascinating to try and dissect why it doesn't work in the wake of Wolf of Wall Street.
I've just realised the next film on our list and my transition would have worked so much better.
Well, actually, we should have had this after, because Taxi Driver has a very, very particular view on violence, and Mr. and Mrs. Smith has a very, very different view on violence.
Yes.
It's really interesting cinematically to know the difference between how Taxi Driver treats violence and then how our third film on the list, Mr. and Mrs. Smith from 2005, treats violence.
Yes.
One is excessive for comedy's sake, and the other is gruesome and just shows the brutality and minimises the amount of violence. But
isn't it beautiful that there can be films like Taxi Driver and Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
I honestly, I was thinking about it today, and I was like, it is amazing the fact that these two genres can coincide with one another.
Yeah.
You know, it's amazing, and how talented a filmmaker can be to make you not to remove the desensitization of the violence. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Like Taxi Driver still feels violent.
Yes,
Do you know
it still
what I mean?
feels. Yeah, it feels. Well, I mean, we'll go into it.
Yeah.
In a moment,
But yeah, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, 2005,
and then we have the highlight of Blake Lively's career,
easily
The Shallows.
the second best movie featuring a shark.
Ooh, well, that's a hot topic.
Well, kind
We'll
of.
have to.
Depends what you think of Jaws 2.
I was thinking more the Meg.
No, that's fair. Or Shark versus Tornado, or Sharknado, or whatever the hell that was called. Sharknado? That was it, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And then like Megala Sharkado versus Megalodon Sharkado. I'm pretty certain a Megalodon is just a giant shark anyway.
It is, yeah.
Okay,
yeah.
cool.
It's not quite a great white.
No.
It's a
No,
big...
The Shallows, creature feature from
Yeah.
2016. Did interesting things for Blake Lively. She
Yeah.
took a lot of, she took a lot of learning, should we say, from her husband Ryan Reynolds in Buried, and
Yes.
transfers that also over quite well.
I was going to mention Buried, actually. Also, speaking of creatures, we also have Adam Levine's Begin Again.
Schmarmy creatures.
Begin Again.
Yes.
A film of its time.
A film of its time, and a very, very, very diluted version of a movie that the director made years previous to this.
It was a musical play. Sorry, what, Begin Again was a film before this film?
No, the director made a film called Once.
Oh, sorry.
Way before
Yes,
Begin Again.
sorry.
And this is a much more diluted version of
Oh, I
what
see.
Once was
So
trying
I
to
thought you were saying that he had made Begin Again before
and then,
Begin
after
Again.
Begin Again, he did Sing Street.
which ironically is called Begin Again.
Yeah. Begin what now?
But no, should we go back to the oldest
Let's do it.
film on this list,
Yes.
which is
Yes.
50 years old?
I mean, to be honest, it's one of those films that you can't really go too far. You're always going to praise it, right? It is a classic for a reason. It's always a great bit of cinema. You can analyze it, and even in prep for this episode today, I did a lot of like research and looking at old like essays and analysis of the movie, and everything about it is massively on point.
Go on.
No, go on.
I was going to say, I think some of the beauties of films, particularly old films, are can you relate to them in the modern times? And I think this might be the perfect example of a film that's just ageless, because society and how we treat people are just usually very poor.
Yeah.
And like Travis Bickle you could easily do a film with Travis Bickle in 2026.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you did. It was Joker, like a couple of years ago. Like, it's, down that route of
Throwing shade at Todd Phillips.
Todd Phillips was the most unoriginal director of all time. I don't think I'm the only person who's ever said that, right?
We'll always have The Hangover. I'll always have that.
The Hangover 1.
The Hangover 1. Oh no, Hangover 2.
Others are atrocious.
Hangover 2.
And the other one just has a giraffe in it.
The third one is just like, I don't even know what happens. John Goodman's in it though, isn't he?
I do like the first Hangover. Yeah. I thought the first Hangover was actually alright. So Sam, explain the plot of Taxi Driver for those who haven't seen it.
It's a really, really brilliant case study of a man feeling neglected by society and failed by the country that he kind of like grew up in. I think it's just a really good exploration of PTSD. Might actually be the best version of that. And loneliness.
Oh, that's such a good point. You've raised such a cool point there, because you kind of fell into the Quentin Tarantino trap. That's exactly what I was going to ask you next.
Okay.
So a few years ago, Tarantino wrote a book called Cinema Speculation.
Yes.
Where he basically did a thesis on like some of the biggest films, classics throughout the 70s and 80s. And in one of these, he dissects Taxi Driver. And one of the theories that he posits is this guy didn't go to Vietnam.
Ooh.
He doesn't think, if you view it through the lens of he's actually not a vet, then it actually, in a weird way, puts an emphasis on basically his psychology more. It makes it like even like more tragic in a way,
Yeah, because Travis Bickle is fundamentally a tragic character.
He is, but in a weird way, he's not also a character that you feel any form of sympathy for.
I don't know. I do. I mean,
Yeah.
I always think his social skills are so interesting. Like in his mind, taking his girlfriend to a porno is like a romantic evening.
Yeah, true.
And I find that very interesting and kind of sad, because he honestly doesn't feel like he's doing anything wrong. He's just trying to relate in the way that his brain works.
So what do you reckon is the main thesis of the movie? Do you reckon it's thesis of the movie? That sounds so up our own arse, doesn't it? The main point of the movie, do you reckon is it a deep dive into loneliness?
I think
is it like a look at, like you said,
political
an element
corruption.
of PTSD, political corruption, decay, societal decay?
Yeah.
Like there's loads of different ways that you could read it. There's loads of different like kind of main points of
it's kind of it's kind of like Scorsese's love letter to New York in all its sort of like grimy undertones.
Yeah.
I think all the scenes with the music and him just driving around New York at night are like spellbinding in a way. Because Woody Allen, he has a very like romantic view on New York, for example.
Yeah.
And then Scorsese's kind of like turns that around to its core reality and how it actually works.
I don't think that's all Scorsese though. I think Scorsese's obviously got he puts his weight behind it, but I think a lot of this is also on Paul Schrader. So Schrader wrote this because he was living in New York, suffering from insomnia, and he literally spent his nights going into like XXX theatres because it was the only thing to do because it was open 24 hours a day. So he saw like a seedier side of life and just thought, well, actually, what if this was the only thing that you saw? What if you were too lonely that you weren't able to actually see anything else? This was your all consuming, and so on and so forth. And so I think it's also as much on Schrader as it is on Scorsese. Obviously, Scorsese puts the picture to the words.
Schrader won the Oscar for this, didn't he?
Oh, you tell me.
Right. No.
Did he even get a nom?
Oh, he almost certainly got a nom. Can we call it that from now on? A nom.
A nom? Yeah, absolutely.
Schrader did not win. He wasn't even nominated for an Oscar for this film,
Oh,
which is interesting.
which is shocking, really, considering that there are no other nominations, right?
Yes. But is this the most influential film of the 1970s?
I think it's one of the most influential films of all time. It might be one of the most influential films to come out of the 70s.
Yeah.
That's probably, that might be a better way to frame it. But I don't think it's. I think it transcends much more than that. It's a really interesting character study,
Yes.
and that Scorsese is really well known for. Because if you take this out and then you start looking at things like the Goodfellas movies and The Irishman, to give a more modern example, but then if you then look at things like Raging Bull and stuff like that, he likes twisted characters.
There is something that we haven't discussed yet, and that is the performance of Jodie Foster, which
Yeah.
might be the best kid's performance because she's 14.
Yeah,
I think,
oh, yeah.
13, 14.
Yeah, no, I think she's younger than that. I think she was 12.
God. And her relationship with Travis Bickle is also very interesting.
This is one for you. Is it better than Natalie Portman in Leon? Because she doesn't have anywhere near the screen time as Natalie Portman.
No, I'd probably say Portman is better,
Yeah.
but you get more into her character in
Yeah.
that film. But Jodie Foster is brilliant in this film.
Yeah,
So-
fantastic.
But no, it's a really it's possibly as I say from the beginning, it's probably the best case study in terms of like loneliness explored on screen.
Yeah.
Really like represents the shadiness of a city. Got a very good cameo by Scorsese,
Yeah.
and music's brilliant. It might be the most 1970s film.
Yeah.
When I think of 70s cinema, particularly kind of grounded cinema, I would think of something like Taxi Driver.
I think it's really funny. I think they use music in a really clever way.
Yeah.
Because I think another way to read it is that, like, whenever the music comes on, you're basically viewing something that's not real. So, like, it is a fantastic, just kind of deep dive into someone's psyche that's doing something that's just getting twisted by their own loneliness and their anxieties and stuff like that as well.
And it's just an ageless concept. As I say, like you could make this film now and it would still be as impactful.
Do you think it's Scorsese's best film?
No.
What's his best film?
Goodfellas.
Okay.
It's Goodfellas.
Yeah.
I actually had this
Well, it's not. But not in my view, anyway.
I had this conversation with my brother and I said, Scorsese not winning the Oscar for Best Director for Goodfellas is possibly the biggest travesty in Oscar history.
Okay.
From a directing standpoint, I think the other one might be Spielberg for Jaws, who I'm not even sure was nominated. Goodfellas.
Okay.
Yeah. What's your favourite Scorsese film?
Probably Taxi Driver.
Really?
Yeah, potentially.
Okay.
There's probably one there that I'm missing though.
Are you a fan of After Hours then? Because After Hours is kind of like, I always feel like After Hours almost takes place on like in the exact same.
No, I've never seen it.
Have you never seen After Hours?
No.
It's very good.
Okay.
Yeah, it's basically a guy just wandering New York after hours.
Okay.
I always feel like Travis Bickle's about to pick him up. But no, a brilliant film.
Yeah. Moving on to a not so brilliant film, Babylon.
I don't know.
What, Babylon for 2022?
Babylon
Yeah,
is
Babylon.
a film. You know when you think of films...
It is a film.
Where...
Not a good film, but it's a film.
Well, you know when you look back on certain films... I'll tell you what, King of Comedy is a good example of this. When The King of Comedy came out, another Scorsese classic, that film was shat on. It was basically didn't make any money, and everyone thought it was too bleh, compared to like Raging Bull, and stuff like that, and Taxi Driver. And then that film just grew to get the acclaim that it finally deserves. And Babylon is turning into one of those films. Maybe not to the level of a Scorsese film, but Babylon's one of those films that's like gaining acclaim as time goes on.
Are you joking?
I'm not. I would swear on my life.
Oh man, no, that's a tragic movie. It's not tragic.
No,
to be fair, I'm massively over-egging it.
We've had previous conversations and we have spoken about the good and the bad and the ugly of this film.
I mean, the main thing I think for me, just to kind of give a bit of an overview, I tried and failed to watch this about 6 times in a row. And then when I did sit down to watch it, I was completely whelmed by it. There wasn't a lot there where I was like, that's it. My biggest issue, I think, with the whole thing is in a post-Wolf of Wall Street world, I'm not sure whether the excessiveness of all of the scenes added to the movie or whether or not they just really began to irritate me. Because you can do that excess a lot less. Don't get me wrong, the soundtrack is superb. The soundtrack is phenomenal. It's so good.
Are we mostly thinking of the party?
But the party scenes in particular, when they go into that, because I made a note actually when I was writing notes down for this. It takes over 30 minutes to see the title card. 30 minutes is just that one, but is the first party.
That's a deliberate choice. You could have done that when the elephant was pooing.
But that's what I mean. It's a completely and utterly deliberate choice, but I think that is what harms the movie.
Its excess is both what makes it and breaks it.
Yeah. I completely agree.
I think it's... I mean, the party scene is just basically just showing how kind of the vile nature of the people working in the silent film industry at that point, or the specific crew, party, whatever you want to call it. Essentially, the film is about the transition from silent films to talkies.
Yeah.
The only other film that kind of comes close to this level that I would say is Singing in the Rain, which is obviously mentioned in this film.
And The Artist.
And The Artist, sorry. I've never seen that, to be honest.
Yeah.
Is it good?
I really like The Artist, yeah. It's a bit arty, so I think that was one of the criticisms at the time. It's not hugely accessible, but...
I see what you've done there.
That's what I do. Yeah. It's not clever. It's not clever at all.
I mean, the film is too long. There's a lot of nutty...
Everything is to excess.
The nutty, and it does kind of like massively outstay its welcome.
Yeah.
But at its heart, I think it's got some interesting stuff. I think the scene when... I can't remember her name, but she's in 24. She plays the president's wife. Is having a chat with Brad Pitt about sort of immortality and your place in the world. It's one of the best scenes of that year.
There are some really cool nuggets in there. So I also really like the bit where they're trying to get the camera to work, and he's going backwards and forwards, and the soundtrack is brilliant. It's almost like Uncut Gems, like the intensity of just going backwards and forwards, and he's sitting there waiting for the camera to come back.
That felt like a Scorsese scene.
Yeah, there was some scenes that
the Wolf
were really good, and that's where I think I come back to that whole idea of, is it too excessive? Is it Wolf of Wall Street? Because Wolf of Wall Street holds Wolf of Wall Street back from being this like don't get me wrong, it's a good film, but it's like the excessiveness of it, after a while you become desensitized to it, and it then detracts from the film. And I wonder if the same thing is happening with Babylon.
Yes. I can agree with that. I suppose
I do think there are interesting things. And I also think that Margot Robbie's a really good casting. It was originally meant to be Emma Stone, obviously after La La Land. She dropped out. And then it was Margot Robbie. Fantastic stand-in. I just don't know about all the other bits. I think Brad Pitt's just being Brad Pitt.
I really like Brad Pitt in this film.
Yeah, but he's being Brad Pitt. He's got a really good ending.
But it's a rare film where Brad Pitt is like vulnerable, which you very rarely get in any film. I mean, you get a sense of vulnerability, but you know he's going to overcome it. In this film, because we know the history of actors who went from silent to talkies wasn't particularly amazing. You kind of know his fate, and I think it's the excess is kind of what makes the last hour great and bad. It just kind of outstays its welcome, and you know the decline is coming.
Yeah.
And a very strange ending, which I didn't like, where you it showed like the history of cinema.
Yeah.
You had like Terminator 2 appear. Yeah. So I think that's the point with Damien Chazelle. I mean, clearly after his brilliant start to his directing career, this was the film where he probably got a little bit too much creative freedom.
It's madness how much this costs. It's madness.
Yeah.
It's one of those things. We've spoken about it a few times now in a few episodes where you just get to a point where you're like, who greenlit this? Like, really, who greenlit this? This doesn't make sense. Like,
Paramount, baby. But no, I think it's the kind of film that, for all its flaws, I'm glad it exists. And we need films like this to exist because it's got imagination and an identity, which a lot of films, particularly in the streaming era, don't.
True. I mean, it's still a bit like the stuff in streaming era, though, because it is based on a book. So
is it?
Yeah, it's based on a book. It's like Excessive of Hollywood in the 1930s, and it's been widely widely reported as a work of fiction, but it's still based on lots of famous people who were in the silent era.
I don't think it's based on a book.
I think it is. I think it's based on like reports from that time.
Oh, okay.
So they're all characters based on real life actors.
But no, as I say, I think Babylon is a film that warrants its existence.
Okay.
And I'm a big fan of Damien Chazelle. Whiplash
Huge
is
fan
probably
of
my
Damien Chazelle.
favourite film of the 2010s. I don't want him. I think he just basically has to be told, Damien, we do need these films to, appeal to everyone outside of your inner circle and jazz.
Yeah. But talking about wider appeal movies, Mr. and Mrs. Smith. Controversial in another completely different way.
So is this the most famous film ever made where no one
Full stop.
where no one remembers what the film is about, they just remember the chaos behind the scenes?
Yes, a film that both depicts the starting of and ending of Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie.
Yes. It's quite... this is interesting to talk about. I remember this film coming out, and again, no one was talking about the film. They were just talking about this controversy about Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie and Jennifer Aniston, to a certain extent. But the film itself, it's okay.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's a bit...
It's exactly what you want from a action movie in 2005.
Yes.
It actually sits on the higher end, like the more enjoyable end of action movies from the 2000s.
Yes.
So
it has a
it's not Fast and Furious, but it's not.
Well, it came out in an era when you could do anything and basically make it light.
Yeah. And this film doesn't exist now.
No.
Like, it literally does not exist now, and if it does exist, it's straight to Amazon.
Yes, and it also made $350 million, which is insane when you think about it.
I mean, that's based on the controversy, though, right? Like, let's stick on that though for a little while. Though. The outside controversy. Do you think? So the story behind this is, Mr. and Mrs. Smith, a husband and wife struggle to keep their marriage alive until they realise they are both secretly working as assassins. Now their respective assignments require them to kill each other. That's the IMDb review of this. So, I mean, the premise is very much clear as it is. The director for this, though, is Doug Liman.
Big fan of Doug Liman.
Exactly, right? You may know him from... you may know Doug Liman from films such as The Bourne Identity, Edge of Tomorrow, and he's done other bits and pieces around Go.
The greatest Tarantino rip-off of all time.
Absolutely.
Starring my boy Timothy Olyphant.
And this is also written by Simon Kinberg, who, if you know him at all, he basically just wrote a lot of X-Men stuff and produced even more X-Men stuff.
He did.
So, because of that, I want to focus on Doug Liman for a second. Do you think the outside controversy of everything that happened in this movie held back Doug Liman's career?
Oh, what an interesting question. No.
Because he has gone oddly quiet and not a lot of people know who he is.
He's always been a bit of a shadowy, well, that makes him sound weird, a very unknown entity in Hollywood. Edge of Tomorrow came out. Everyone remembers that film for being brilliant, but no one remembers. No one would say, "Oh, Doug Liman made that."
Exactly. It's the same with the Bourne stuff. You say Bourne, everyone goes Greengrass. They don't go
Doug Liman, who did the Bourne Identity.
Exactly.
Go Tarantino.
Yeah.
I think a lot of people honestly think that was basically, like Hostel. It says introduced by Tarantino.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Yeah.
But no, he even made American Made, which is I think really underrated.
Yeah, interesting movie. Yeah.
No one remembers who made it.
Exactly. No one knows Doug Liman. It's weird. It's really weird. And if you told me, Doug Liman movie's coming out, I'd watch it.
I mean, even his latest film, I can't remember what it's called, but it's Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor.
Oh, Roadhouse. It was the Roadhouse reboot.
No one thinks of Doug Liman. No. They just think of Jake Gyllenhaal and Conor McGregor.
Straight to Amazon Prime movie.
Straight to Amazon Prime. So, if you made a list of the most underappreciated directors of the last 30 years, he would be there. I've completely forgotten The Brilliant Swingers, which he also directed.
Yeah. Which is why Vince Vaughn is in this.
Which is why Vince Vaughn. And Vince Vaughn is good fun in this film.
I was going to say, so let's focus then, let's go back then, because there was just a quick question that I just wanted to have, because when we were talking about the outside controversy.
We'll do a big thing about Doug Liman.
One day, he's going to have a movie come out soon, and then we'll make it like the focus of our one credit after another. Done.
Yeah, the Bourne non-identity.
The Bourne non-identity.
Yeah, how did he get in? How did he fall out?
The talented Mr. Ripley. But story-wise, does it work?
No, there's no story really.
There's absolutely no story.
There's no story.
I wrote this is they're killing each other because they're married? Question mark.
So the twist revelation actually made me laugh.
Okay.
where it's like, oh yeah, we found out that you were married, so this whole thing has basically been you just to kill each other.
Yeah, I know, right?
And I was just like,
that for me, where it falls off a cliff.
and the way the film just ends,
Yeah. Oh, it massively just ends.
just ends.
Like, you don't know. There's more ambiguity around what happens at the end of Mr. and Mrs. Smith than there is at the end of Taxi Driver. Like, there's genuinely, there's much more of what happened at the end of this.
Yeah.
What I would say, though, and this is to the film's credit, is I really like the first half. I really like it up until they've destroyed the house.
The whole,
And then once they've destroyed the house, I'm done. I'm like, I don't care anymore. Oh, because up to that point, there's like fun back and forth. It's a bit quippy. It's like because I do think that Brad Pitt and Angelina Jolie have incredible chemistry on screen. And
you just knew that. When I was watching it, I was like, I bet they definitely made out after this scene. But no, it's a charming little film with an incredibly strange controversy behind it. Mm-hmm. And I think, I mean, okay, put it this way. If the lead performances were not Angelina Jolie and Brad Pitt and the circumstances behind it, this film would have been forgotten in about 2 weeks. So as a film, which we are judging on this Such a Ranker podcast, it falls flat.
Yes and no. I still think it actually has legs as an action comedy, like of the 2000s.
I think
there's so much something dash comedy from the 2000s.
Do you know
that it would be utterly forgettable? I mean, not being funny, the amount of times that I've seen this movie a few times, and every single time I'm like, have I watched Mr. and Mrs. Smith?
Yeah, it is one of those.
Like,
I was thinking if this film had, because if you're going to go down like the cheese sort of comedy route, just have Will Ferrell and Tina Fey.
Yeah,
I would have rather have seen that film, and I'm not a huge fan of Will Ferrell.
Okay.
Oh, you know what? They should have. Mr. and Mrs. Smith should have actually had Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. That would have been quite funny.
That would have been awkward.
That would have been very awkward.
Talking about awkward, The Shallows, an awkward romance between lady and shark.
No, lady and Steven Seagal, which did make me laugh.
Steven Seagal is the best thing. Do you know, apparently there was 3 seagulls on the set, and Steven Seagal was the best version of that. The other ones they just used for sound clips. Why I know stuff about the bloody seagulls on The Shallows movie.
That was the only time in the whole film where I thought, that's charming.
This is brilliant. Yes, director is...
the epitome...
I've shot myself in the foot with this. The director is Jean-Claude Serra. He's basically done lots of Liam Neeson movies, Jungle Cruise and Black Adam, which pretty much killed his career.
And directing the upcoming Cliffhanger film.
Oh, and Cliffhanger, yeah, which actually might revitalise it because it's got Henry Cavill, which is everyone's favourite.
Is Henry Cavill actually in this film?
Yeah, he's the lead. He's Highlander.
Well, he's Stallone.
Yeah. Oh no, hold on.
I'd rather him be the villain. I'd rather him be John Lithgow.
No, I'm thinking of a different film.
You idiot.
Henry Cavill is in Highlander. I literally just said Highlander, and I went, shit, that's a different movie. Fuck knows who's in Cliffhanger then. Who's in Cliffhanger?
Oh, probably Sylvester Stallone, probably, knowing him.
Yeah. Well, anyway, a mere 200 yards from shore, Surfer Nancy is attacked by a great white shark, with her short journey to safety becoming the ultimate contest of wills.
I have questions already. Would a shark ever be that near the beach?
Yes.
Would it?
Yeah. 100%. Yeah.
Why?
When they get hungry.
Why?
If they're starved, they come to shore.
Did that happen in Jaws? Was it that close to the beach?
Do you think Jaws is an accurate depiction of what sharks do in the wild?
Is The Shallows?
No, but that's my point. I think you can take like little facts about sharks.
I don't like the word, but this film is very schlocky.
Schlocky, yeah, it's B-movie schlock. I like it. I really like The Shallows.
Well, okay, so this is my point. So I think the film is not particularly compelling. I think the shark attacks are just ruined by the CGI. There's a character called Steven Seagal.
Yes,
The film has many flaws. Blake Lively's fine. But what I will say, is this the second best film ever depicting a shark?
Well, that's what I said a minute ago when you said no. You said that was a controversial thing. That's how I opened the show. What could be better? Sharknado? Megalodonus, or whatever it's called. Megalodonus Rex?
I mean, there's got to be one.
What other a better shark movie?
So we have Jaws, which you just mentioned, obviously.
Yeah, Deep Blue Sea.
Oh yeah,
Deep Blue Sea is an absolute cracker. If you're talking about B-movie schlock, then you can't not say...
Is that the film where Samuel Jackson dies horrifically out of nowhere?
He's literally shouting at the camera, and then all of a sudden the shark goes, "Roar!" and just hits out of the water. It's brilliant.
Well, this is another thing. Sharks don't make noises.
Did the shark make noise in The Shallows?
A little bit.
Did Steven Seagal?
Steven Seagal. I would have rather had the film with him against the shark.
That would have been a great movie. Although I feel that would be more animated.
Well, this film looked animated.
Could you technically say that Finding Nemo was a movie with a shark in it?
Yes.
Bruce?
Hello.
Yeah. Or Shark Tale? That's awful.
Shark Tale is very bad.
Yeah. Are we just removing animated movies from The Shallows the second best shark movie of all time?
Look, I think it's definitely up there based on the shite that has come out in the last 50 years.
True.
I can't even think
And just
of a
to let the
contender.
audience know, number one contender, the winner is Jaws.
Yes.
No ands, ifs or buts. I like The Shallows.
What do you
I
like?
just do. I think it's B-movie schlock. I think in the grand scheme of things.
What do you like about it?
I like the fact that it's not trying to do anything too daring. I like the fact that it's actually quite successful in what it tries to do. I think it's not necessarily believable, but it's a creature feature in the same way as something like... Because I really like 2019's Crawl. I think that's a great creature feature. And I think, weirdly, The Shallows is a really good double feature. Like, have The Shallows and Crawl together, and then you get like a bit of an idea of what it's like.
The Crawl was grounded, though. Like, she uses a buoy. She goes to like the bottom of the sea, and then the shark just gets impaled by bits of the buoy. Oh, that's stupid. I didn't think in The Crawl things were stupid.
But that's like most of these movies.
But you can be B-moving a bit silly without it being like...
Not necessarily. Like, I didn't necessarily think that The Shallows was too stupid. But I just thought it was just... I think it's just perfectly digestible as what it is.
Ooh.
That's what I do.
No, it's fine.
Yeah, it's fine.
It's the one film on this list where I'm like...
So I think
it's fine.
It surpasses the expectations that you go in with. And I think in the grand scheme of things,
the only thing
for a film like The Shallows to do that, that's actually a success.
The only thing that I will remember from this film is Steven Seagal.
And I hope that stays in memory. The fact that you remember anything at all, though, is a success.
And I was like, that's clever. But everything else, it's just like, no.
Yeah. Each to their own. Anyway, Begin Again. 2013.
Also, she got bitten by the shark, didn't she?
Yeah.
Like at the start, that's how she got on the rock. That would kill her very quickly. I know she's a doctor, but that's like she's like got an open wound. I know. As the film goes on, she's losing.
We're going to be comparing this to Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
Yeah.
So we're talking about like believability in a movie.
Yeah, but Mr. and Mrs. Smith knows what it is.
I think The Shallows knows what it is.
I don't think it does. I
don't think it's trying to be too clever.
I think it's trying to be more than it is.
Absolutely not. It's definitely not trying to be Jaws in any way, shape, or form.
I didn't say Jaws.
No, but that's like if you're going based on if this is the second best shark movie, then you are comparing it to Jaws.
I'm not.
Jaws is not. No.
I'm
saying you as in the royal you, not just you.
Like Jaws as a 9. This is like a 2.
I don't think it's trying to be anything else. I think it's trying to be B-movie schlock, and I think it succeeds as being B-movie schlock.
I know you like Blake Lively, and I know that you will protect her.
That's a really weird place to take this.
But
I think Blake Lively
this film's
is
okay.
a below-average actor. But actually, in this, I think she's actually very good.
She is. She's the best part of the film.
Yeah.
Mainly because she's in every single frame.
Literally every single
frame. Other than Steven Seagal.
But should we move on to Begin Again, a film that needs more Adam Levine? Is it Adam Levine?
Adam Levine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool.
This film
is
incredibly pretentious.
Hugely pretentious.
But I think it has to be pretentious for this to work, really, in any way.
I mean, we're talking about conceit in movies and whether it's believable or not. This is the IMDb plot summary and actually happens in the movie. A chance encounter between a down-and-out music business executive and a younger singer-songwriter new to Manhattan turns into a promising collaboration between the two talents.
Wow, this sounds just like Taxi Driver.
It's like the ultimate meet cute.
Yeah, it feels like it's been written by somebody who hasn't experienced anything that happens in the film. That was my overall takeaway.
I mean, it's written and directed by a guy called John Carney. and he does a lot of music-related movies. As we mentioned in the opening spiel, he does Once, which is arguably one of the best films ever made.
I
Particularly
need to look into this film.
It's absolutely incredible. It's basically set in Ireland, and it's about a busker who meets an immigrant, and it's basically their relationship. It's absolutely amazing.
Even the poster look, yeah. Even the poster is like identical.
It's like identical. Like they are very, very, very similar movies. And John Carney also then followed up Begin Again with his hugely successful Sing Street, which was like a February release just around Oscar season, but it did surprisingly well.
I'm really sorry. So this man has just essentially plagiarized himself.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, it's very, very similar. I mean, obviously, it's not the same. You're talking about busker and immigrant.
I'm really sorry, but the audience obviously can't see this. But
the poster is shocking.
The poster is exactly the same.
It's just two characters who are standing opposite one another with like a guitar and music, and the poster for Begin Again is the two characters sitting on top of like a cab or something like that. And she's holding a guitar, so they are shockingly similar to one another. But I mean, in terms of what this is actually trying to do, I really like Beginning Again. I think it has a really good soundtrack. Adam Levine is weirdly brilliant as the person you're meant to hate. Keira Knightley and Mark Ruffalo are very cool on screen together. They're a really good presence. There's a good chemistry between them. And soundtrack's really good. I think it's just one of those really nice Sunday afternoon films.
Posters are exactly the same.
They're exactly the same. Literally exactly the same.
Oh, he's walking on a guitar. That's quite cool. Mark Ruffalo and Keira Knightley work well together. It's a nice little feel-good film. Kind of gives you something of an insight into the music industry.
Mm-hmm.
It's very, very pretentious, as I say.
I do think a lot of music films
think it works,
though. I mean, unfortunately, what was it we watched the other week? High Fidelity is like a.
I don't see. I don't.
It understands the pretentiousness of people who are really into things like music and art and film and stuff like that. Like what we're doing is pretentious.
Like, Star is Born, I wouldn't say is pretentious. It doesn't give me the vibe of pretension.
Yeah, but Star is Born isn't about music. Like this is a movie about the industry. It's about making it. It's about success in that sense.
I would say A Star is Born is certainly about that. It's a big part of it. I know. It also goes into addiction and jealousy and envy to a certain extent.
Yeah. I wouldn't necessarily hold these up as comparables, though.
No. Well, I mean, the trajectory goes in a different way, but I wouldn't say I watch this and I think this feels very pretentious.
Yeah.
And I watch A Star is Born and think that's a very sad film. I'm
not sure if I get it. I'll kind of get why you might look at it that way, but I just don't see them as comparables. I would compare this to similar films of that ilk. So I'm thinking things like Hearts Beat Loud and Sing Street, which is obviously what John Carney did, and stuff like that. There's even elements of like High Fidelity and stuff like that in there where I'm like, well, this is what it's more about the music and the process of writing music
and what music should
be and how it should be, and everything should be on vinyl, and all of that type of like, do you know what I mean? It's that type of thing where it's like it's a real love passion project about the art form of music, which then makes itself pretentious, right?
Yeah.
But I do think it treads a line in which it's a lovely Sunday afternoon movie with a really good soundtrack, with just a smarmy enough bad guy that is...
Adam Levine's got, I don't know, he kind of sums up the film for me. It's like, it's pretentious, but I enjoy it.
Yeah.
It's weird. It's a weird kind of feeling.
I think that's it, mate. I think that's everything we've got to say about Begin Again. So...
should we begin
again? It's that best part. Let's begin again. Let's go back to the very start.
The beginning.
And let's start making some comparables. I mean, jokes aside, I'm pretty certain on what our number one is going to be. I would be surprised if it's anything else.
Okay.
So let's start from worst to best, right? Worst to best.
Worst to best.
Worst to best. Worst to best. Worst film on this list.
The Shallows.
I'd say it's Babylon.
Fuck off. No, it isn't.
It is.
What?
Yeah.
No. This is what I'm talking about. Like Babylon, for all its faults, at least it's trying something like with ambition.
Yeah.
And very, very more importantly, authenticity. The Shallows is just like not doing that at all. It's like it's basically bordering on garbage. There's a character called Steven Seagal.
I'd like The Shallows.
No,
I can't say
I'm
it.
not having. No, absolutely,
Well, all
absolutely
right.
not.
Well, let's remove that from it
Get
for
out.
the time being. Then no. Well, I mean, clearly you're going to be a little bitch about Babylon, so we're just going to leave that where it
I'm
is.
just saying.
I personally think I don't think Mr. and Mrs. Smith is a better film than The Shallows. I think Mr. and Mrs. Smith is the worst film.
Okay, that's fair. I can get that. I can get on board with that.
Yeah. Just purely for the fact that I didn't like the second half onwards.
Well, it
of
kind of
Mr.
goes back
Smith.
to my point. If this didn't come out when it did and didn't star who it did,
Yeah.
no one would remember
I
the
think
film.
it's still fun. I think the action pieces are pretty good, but I like more of the atmosphere that The Shallows creates, even though it's B movie schlock, and I know you didn't necessarily like it as much, but I do rate The Shallows, I think, higher than Mr. and Mrs. Smith.
That's fair.
Cool. So if I've got Mr. and Mrs. Smith, so I'm going to say then the next one
The Shallows.
is Shallows. Yeah, I agree.
Although The Shallows and Begin Again, they're not like horribly far apart in my estimation.
I think I like Begin Again much more than I like The Shallows, though.
Fair. Well, I would have Mr. and Mrs. Smith, bottom, The Shallows, Begin Again.
But it's not about what you would have.
No, I'm just
It's
saying.
about the consensus. It's the Such a Ranker podcast. We together have rated this. Mr. and Mrs. Smith is the worst, followed by The Shallows. And then I'm going to say, I mean, this is an interesting discussion. I personally think it's probably Babylon before Begin Again.
No, I'd have Babylon above Begin Again.
Yeah, I mean,
Tobey Maguire has a completely batshit.
Yeah, I mean, I literally have a note on this. We didn't go into it at the
that's
time,
more
but I
memorable.
put Tobey Maguire question mark.
Like Babylon, again, it's got a lot of ambition.
Do you know, this is the thing, right? I think that's the thing that you have to applaud Babylon for, is ambition.
You'll remember Babylon for all its faults. A lot of people won't remember Begin Again for its
See, no, this
positives.
is the thing. I don't remember a lot about Babylon. I tried to watch that 10 times. And every single time, one of the biggest things that hit me, and one of the reasons why I couldn't get through it, is the scene of excess at the beginning, where I was like, it's just not interesting. And then the fact they repeat that, I wouldn't mind that scene of excess if they then didn't do it another 4 times throughout the film.
I can agree with that.
So, and I think that to me is a huge breaking point in the movie. In all seriousness, I can't fault the ambition of it. And I do think, actually, in comparison, it's a better soundtrack. Like the soundtrack of Babylon is absolutely phenomenal. Let me reference the.
Well, it's the same guy who does La La
It's
Land,
all of his
isn't it?
stuff. Yeah. Justin Hurwitz does the soundtrack.
Yes, I know that name. Yeah,
No. I think
he got nominated for Babylon.
I think he's been
for an Oscar.
nominated for everything,
Yeah.
for what he does. As I say, it's a phenomenally good. It's a good soundtrack, and it does. I think I just touched it really, really quickly when we spoke about it earlier. Justin Hurwitz does this amazing thing with music, and it makes everything feel like uncut gems. He has this like pace and rhythm to what he does, which is so kind of fascinating to the scene. It just adds so much to what's going on. It's not just there; it actually informs the scene. That you can't ignore that, and when you combine that with Chazelle's obviously passion for telling that story, yeah, I think you're right. I think it probably let's go Begin Again then, and then second let's put Babylon.
So sorry, you've gone from Babylon being bottom to second.
Yeah, but that's my
fair.
that's my preference versus actually what I consider in terms of
Yeah.
what it's trying to do. I think we can applaud that, and you like Babylon like much more than I do. So I
don't-
can't ignore
I don't-
that. In the same way that we were able to put The Shallows above Mr. and Mrs. Smith is because I liked it more than you.
Yeah,
You know?
I don't like. No, sorry, I don't love Babylon. I just think films like these, like for all it's trying to do, it should be like commended. in
Yeah,
a way.
no, I think that's what I can. I must admit, I can applaud it for that.
Yeah.
In my mind, and for me, it's not too successful. It's not something that I'm going to go back to. But as you're watching the movie, I appreciate the fact that somebody's telling a film about silent to the era of film that moved from silent to sound, and this weird irrelevancy of Hollywood, and the irrelevancy of the movie star, and the irrelevancy of that time. It's just an interesting film from that perspective.
So what's the number one?
It's got to be Taxi Driver, right?
Taxi Driver.
By quite a country mile.
Yes.
If I'm being completely
Oh yeah, this is like a 9, and then everything else is like barely a 7.
Yeah. I mean, if this was like a Metascore list of 5 films with a Metascore over 90, then I still think Taxi Driver would still come out pretty close to the top.
Yes.
So.
Oh
from
yeah,
that
this is
standpoint,
that's
it's
like a 90, and then Babylon's like 67.
Yeah.
It's not like what you would call a crowd pleaser, but it makes you definitely think about life.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. Anyway, that's it. Thank you for taking part in the latest episode of Such a Wanker. How do you rate our list? What do you agree or disagree with? Would you do anything differently to us? We would love to hear your opinions, so please leave them wherever there's a comment box on this podcast.
There is on Spotify.
Oh, there is?
Yes,
Cool.
there is comments.
Well, then said to give us a comment then. Why not?
And give us 5 stars on
Yeah,
Spotify.
that'd be great. 5 stars.
Yeah, like Google reviews.
Five
but Spotify.
stars.
Yeah.
That'd be great.
5 stars for 5 films.
Yeah. Oh, that's serendipitous. That should be on our list as well. Let's hopefully that comes up soon. Anyway, take care. We'll see you soon.
Bye-bye.